Hi guys, welcome to Teju's vlog. So today we are going to cover the largest mosque in India and the third largest in Asia. And I'm having a friend of mine, a colleague as well, Ishaq Mohammed.
Hi guys.
So just behind us we can see the biggest mosque in India. So this is Tajul Masajid, and you will be intrigued by the word Masajid. Masjid is the actual word and the Masajid is the plural of masjid.
Exactly.
So we are going to explore this biggest mosque, and you will be in a better position to say what is the speciality and the architecture styles and the namaz and all the entire thing, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
So this mosque is known as Tajul Masajid.
Yeah.
Taj ul Masajid. Now
Okay.
we generally hear about masjid. It is masajid, means a plural form of masjid. That is called masajid. And Taj, in general language we use Taj, means crown. So Taj of all the mosques, crown of all the mosques.
Okay.
Yeah.
So crown of all the mosques. So that is very peculiar thing, and we are going to come out with a really good video. So stay tuned.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
Oh my God.
So this
Is
is
it too enormous?
this is enormous, very impressive. While passing through this way, we have seen so much time this, but the huge, humongous thing, when we come closer only we get to know.
Exactly.
So it's written there, Ishaq, warning: photography and video shooting are not allowed here.
Yeah, but some rules are, meant to be broken. I
Okay.
don't think many people take care of it.
Okay. So this is the whole view of that city here, and this is the mosque. Let's climb that
All
little
right.
more.
Let's get into it.
So this is the main entrance, and inside that we can see that's the mosque there. So this is called Tajul Masajid,
Crown of all the mosques.
crown among all the mosques.
In 600 meters, turn left to stay on Sultania Road.
Begum was the one who initiated the construction of this gigantic mosque, and even there is one area on her name that is called Shahjahanabad. So that is also named in the memory of that Begum.
Okay.
I think there is no words which can actually justify the beauty of this mosque because it is too enormous, too gigantic, and you just have to see it and explore it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And if we talk about the architecture of this mosque, so it was built by Begum Shah Jahan,
Okay.
who is the the last Nawab.
Okay. Okay.
In the reign of Bahadur Shah Zafar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Indo-Islamic architecture, we can say. Right?
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So see.
And some Mughal work is also there. Mughal architect work is also there.
Okay.
So it is mixed. Take off
Want to take off the shoes. This is very pious location, so we have to take it in that entirety. So this is the mosque in front of us. It's so insane, man. it's so huge. So this is the classic ensemble of Indo-Islamic architecture. So you can see that bulbous domes, 3 domes are there,
Yeah,
and you can see the minarets, 2 minarets.
Yeah.
This is the classic style of Mughal architecture. So beautiful. So Ishaq, why we want to wash our legs and palms here? Is it any custom?
Yes, it is a practice which everyone follows. That because mosque is a very pious place.
Okay.
It's a very holy place.
Okay.
So before entering into it, you have to wash your hands. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be completely clean, so that because you are praying in front of your God.
Correct.
This is the place of God. So you should be clean. You should be nicely dressed. You should be nicely attired.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the things which one must keep in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is called hose, where people wash their hand, face, and
Okay.
legs. Yeah.
Okay.
Feet, we can say.
Okay, let's have that, and we'll enter the inside the. So what I'm going to show you is the unique feature of this mosque, because there is a separate session for ladies namaz, and here is that. So this shows the empowerment of women given by Shah Jahan Begum from that century itself.
This is something which we have to explore. I
Okay.
think this is the place where neither the person who is sitting there can see here,
Okay.
and nor yes, it is not transparent. But
Okay.
yes, voice can be exchanged here.
Okay.
So this is very particular about like parda and all that, because it is famous that Muslim women take care of parda and all that.
Okay.
You can see that nobody can see there.
Yeah, but
उधर नहीं देख सकते, उधर चेहरा नहीं देख सकते।
बट
ये पर्दा है।
आवाज जा सकती है
आवाज आ
बस।
सकती है।
ओके, तो वहाँ से जो नमाज जो पढ़ रही है यहाँ पे आवाज आएंगी।
आवाज।
ओके,
So यहाँ
ओके। See how beautiful this is. So is there a separate priest for the ladies, or it's the same priest who is a male who is having that namaz?
both can be there. Women can, perform namaz if a man priest is performing.
Okay.
And can also behind the मतलब एक औरत के पीछे औरत भी पढ़ सकती है,
हाँ,
right?
वो-
औरत भी इमामत कर सकती हैं और
मोहम्मद नहीं कर सकते।
अच्छा औरत
Ladies
female
here.
cannot perform namaz mixing with male, but
Okay.
yes, they have, since this is a separate place. So what happens that male priest can be common for them,
Okay.
but they cannot mix with male. Male section is different and female section is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they can perform simultaneously, but with a distance and like this.
Okay.
Like, which is taken care
Separators.
here. Yeah,
Okay.
separators.
Cool. So this is one of the other speciality of Indo-Islamic structure, the massive and impressive hall. This is the place where the namaz is
Where male
performed.
perform namaz, yeah.
Okay, so what's the capacity of this hall?
I think if we talk about this, there is a different capacity.
Okay.
And if we talk about the entire mosque, so then the capacity, it is said that it is 1,75,000.
1,75,000.
Can perform
that's
namaz
very
in one
good.
go. And that is especially seen on the day of Eid,
Okay.
Eid al-Azha and Eid al-Fitr.
I think I have read somewhere about Ijtima.
Ijtima, yeah.
Okay,
that
so
happens.
it was happening here earlier, but due to the space constraints, it has moved out of the city, right?
Exactly. In the beginning, that used to happen here, but
Okay.
now we have another place, separate place, which is there in Eid Kheri. So
Okay.
that happens here. But yes, some functions happens, some religious, gathering
Okay.
functions always happen here.
Okay, so can you elaborate about what is Ijtima?
Ijtima. Ijtima is actually sort of function where some priest come, some religious group come here, and they they actually talk about some good things about life, how can we become a better human being,
Okay.
how can we follow our religion in a better way. So they talk good things about it, right?
All right.
So we get to learn a lot
Okay.
after attending those functions. So, like we discussed, that this is the other side of that, of this wall. There, female perform namaz, and here, male side.
Okay.
So, this is again, we can see that no one can see each other, but boys can reach there.
So this is the male part.
Yes.
So that is a place where the priest.
No,
sit.
that is
Okay. There. Okay.
where priests start performing namaz, and other people.
Okay. I think some marriage function is going to happen.
About to happen.
About to
But
happen.
before that, some namaz will be
Okay. So this is the main area where the priest
exactly
sits. Okay.
at the first place. The priest sets.
And what's written on that green color?
Those are the timings of all the 5 namaz:
Okay.
the morning prayer, the evening prayer, the afternoon prayer.
Okay. These are all constructed on a single stone piece, right?
Yes.
See the artwork here.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Really appreciate the efforts. These are all manual labors. There is
Exactly.
no machine work that time. It's in 1844 the construction of this mosque was started, but it's not constructed fully, entirely. It took a century, we can say.
it postponed.
Postponed due to the first war of independence, 1857. The Sepoy Mutiny, because of that, there were layoff and shortage of fund. So because of that, it was not constructed in the Begum's time. Later on, in 1985 only, the full construction was over, right?
Exactly. It was
Right.
continued by then.
So this is written only for
Hifz students.
Hifz
means
student matlab?
students who actually, mug up, or I should say, read Quran,
Okay.
and they read they will be able to explain it without even seeing it.
Okay.
They just read entire Quran.
They by heart everything.
Yeah, so they take around 2 to 3 years in order to
Okay.
learn Quran.
All right.
So there are different timings for that.
Okay.
Yeah. As of now, there will be nikahs and all that.
Okay.
But that is generally happen in the morning time.
Okay.
I used to visit earlier, so I saw that there are a lot of students. They
Okay.
read Quran, they read Hadith and all that good things.
Okay.
That how we should be as a good person in our day-to-day life.
Okay. So what age this particular students start this learning?
See, there is a common thing. As far as learning is concerned, there is no age for that.
Okay.
Similar is the case with learning religious things. But yes, if you start early, that is preferred.
Okay.
That is good.
Cool. Thank you so much, Ishaq, for that beautiful explanation. Otherwise, we will not be having any idea because it's beyond what we can find in the internet, the Wikipedia and all.
Thank you so
So-
much.
so-
And thank you to you as well for capturing this.
Yeah.
For letting people know.
Yeah, and I think there is a bonus thing you supposed to be taking me because you said this is the largest mosque in entire India, and there is the smallest mosque called
Exactly.
also in Bhopal, right?
Which very less people know, but we will be exploring that.
Okay.
So let's go there.
Yeah, sure. So see you there.
Okay.
So we are standing in the smallest mosque in Asia, and I am not believing it. Isha, can you make me believe this? Because
Yeah, sure. I can make you believe because I have come here a couple of times.
Okay.
So this is a mosque which is named as Thai CD.
by
Alright?
CD 2.5 step. That means right.
Yeah, you can take it as that.
okay.
So it's known as Thai CD.
Okay.
And in this mosque, the space is very less
Okay.
when it comes to perform namaz.
Okay.
Apart from that, it makes a very nice combination because within 1 or 2 kilometer radius, you can see that there is Asia's biggest mosque, that is
Okay.
Tajul Masjid.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it is Asia's smallest mosque. So
Okay.
it's making a very nice combination within
Right,
1 or
right.
2 kilometer radius.
Yeah, the largest and the smallest.
Yeah. But other thing which I want to mention here that it is said, I don't know whether it is true or not, but many people say that it has some paranormal sort of thing, or not paranormal thing.
Okay.
But in Quran there is a ayah that وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So we have made men and jinnah for the worship.
Okay.
So people say that there are a lot of jinnahs and all that.
Jinns
yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there in this mosque. And if you are alone, you can feel that. Now, I don't know how much true it is.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So
but
there will
yes.
be any timing for that, getting that feeling? It's in the night time or
No. Some people say that when you perform namaz, you will feel some sort of energy.
Okay.
Positive energy.
Trust me, guys, I don't believe on all these things, but my friend, he believes that. It seems that.
Yeah.
So let's go and see whether we can see something out of it.
Yeah.
Let's.
Let me.
It's locked. Cats in the mosque.
Yeah, so generally said that cats are also one of the forms of jinnahs and all that.
Oh my
So I'm not
god!
sure, but we cannot say anything.
But this looks so healthy, Jinnah.
And these are in white color, so I won't comment on this
Okay.
anything.
Okay. So this is the mosque we were talking
this is
all
the
about.
place where people perform namaz.
Okay. It's too small.
Yeah.
See, a handful of guys can stand over here to perform namaz.
I think there cannot be more than 5 to 6 people
Yes.
perform namaz. This is the place.
Okay.
This is called as the smallest mosque of Asia.
Asia.
Quite different as compared to Tajul Masjid.
So
Isn't
by
it?
seeing this now, I have to believe this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also concur with the same smallest mosque of Asia.
Yeah.
So this is that. So guys, we are done with the largest mosque as well as the smallest mosque. So this one was a unique thing because I didn't believe. First of all, Ishaq said that this is the smallest mosque, but later on when I see this, yeah, obviously this is the smallest one. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and you also have enjoyed listening to Ishaq what he has explained here.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Ishaq, for
Thank you.
explaining beautifully all the history and architectural aspects of this mosque. So we'll come out with a beautiful video next week. So until then, stay tuned. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel so that I will come out with beautiful videos so you guys can enjoy and be informative enough. So thank you so much.